morning, guys. We made it to Universal. We successfully got inside the park. We're on the Islands of Adventure side. Is the bathroom this way?
Yeah.
And we've already rode Velocicoaster. And it's pretty good. It's much more intense than anything at Disney. So just bear that in mind. We are going to hit the bathroom here and then head into Harry Potter World. So we'll catch up with you. Okay guys, we just got off of Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure and it is amazing. It is as good as they say it is. You should definitely ride it. Doesn't take Express Pass. We did get an Express Pass for today, so the only two rides that do not take that are Hagrid's and Velocicoaster. So hopefully we'll be able to get through most everything else pretty quickly. Right now we're headed over to Reign of Kong, Skull Island Reign of Kong. So we've never really ridden any of these rides before, so we're just kind of winging it, going with the flow, experiencing new things today. So yeah, that's what we're up to now. I do have some thoughts about Universal already. Maybe I'll share them a little bit later when we kind of stop for lunch, or at the end of the video when we wrap it up. I can share some of my thoughts, but yeah, right now we're headed to Kong.
By the way, my name is Frank, but most people around here just call me Games.
Okay, so we just got off of Skull Island Reign of Kong. I don't know, it's okay. It's like a simulator ride through. You're in a big van, bus situation. There is a pretty cool Kong animatronic at the end. He's really big, so that might be worth riding it for, to see. I mean, I'm glad we did it. Made me a little nauseous in a couple places with the motion sickness. You get sprayed by animal guts, just like not super wet, but you know. Anyway, I don't know. Kong was okay, and now I think we're headed to maybe Spider-Man. We'll see what we come upon up here. So we found Spider-Man and we did that, and it was good. It is 3D. It's only a little bit nauseating. I could have done without spinning a little bit. You guys are gonna think I'm no fun. I just get a little motion sick. So I can handle roller coasters pretty well. It's just the simulator things sometimes get me. So, but it was fun. I would ride it again. And I think Transformers 3D over at the other park at Universal is the same ride system. So we'll probably ride that later. I think right now we're gonna try and get on the Hulk. Okay, so we rode the Hulk. It's good. It was good. I did enjoy it. It does have a lot of inversions. It launches you out of like their gamma ray thing or whatever. I don't know. I don't know that much about superheroes, but I did like the ride. You do go upside down quite a few times, so just keep that in mind, I guess. And then we rode Dr. Doom's Fearfall. And that was fun too. It's kind of like a drop style ride. It like shoots you up. It more shoots you up than drops you fast, I would say. But it's fun. The anticipation of not knowing when you're gonna drop is kind of fun. So that one was good too. Had a short wait with our express pass. We didn't wait too long at all. So like less than 10 minutes probably. And now I think we're gonna head back to Harry Potter and try and find some lunch. Maybe at the Three Broomsticks. We'll see how busy it is. So we just had lunch at the Three Broomsticks. It was good. I got the fish, well, we both got the fish and chips. And I got my butterbeer here. It's good, it's very sweet, like they say. I got the frozen one. It's butterscotchy and it tastes good. The line is pretty long now. We got here about 11 a.m. and we didn't have to wait too long at all. So if you're gonna plan on eating at the Three Broomsticks, I would definitely come before noon, like probably around 11, and you won't have to wait very long. That's when they start serving lunch. They also serve breakfast. So if you're hungry before then or plan on eating breakfast at the park, it is a good place for breakfast as well. So I think we're gonna try and do a couple more rides here on the Hogsmeade side at Islands of Adventure, and then head on over to Universal Studios and do the Diagon Alley side of Harry Potter too. So we'll see what we can find. left the Islands of Adventure, the Hogsmeade side of Harry Potter World, we went ahead and did Flight of the Hippogriff. It's just a really short kiddie coaster. Less fun than Slinky Dog, but if your kids aren't big enough for the other ones, it is fun to do. So, and now I think we're gonna do the Forbidden Journey at the Hogwarts Castle. After we do the Forbidden Journey in Hogwarts Castle, we will head over to the Universal side and check out Diagon Alley. Okay, we just got off the Forbidden Journey and it was great. I highly recommend that. It does kind of will get your motion sickness going. I was okay on it though. It was part simulator, part like actual ride through. The seat can be a little bit restrictive, so just make sure you try the test seat if you're worried about that before you go in. Yeah, highly recommend. The queue is awesome. It's really cool. They have tons of stuff from the movies and books, so if you're into Harry Potter, you definitely have to at least walk through the queue. And you'll know lots of things from the ride if you make the adventure. So I do highly recommend that ride. It's, I don't know, I think Hagrid's is still my favorite so far today out of all the rides here that we've done. But that's probably second. Do you want to go? So anyway, we're looking for the Hogwarts Express and we're going to try and make it across to the other park. Okay, so we made it over to Universal. We rode the Hogwarts Express over to Universal. We haven't made it back to Diagon Alley yet, but we did hit a couple attractions that are outside of Harry Potter World. So we did, we just got off of Fast and the Furious Supercharged, which, I mean, it's a ride about the Fast and the Furious. It's a bit cheesy. I wouldn't wait a long time for it, but it was fun. I'm glad we did it and tried it out. I think Logan rode the Simpsons ride. I didn't think I could handle that. That's one that has a bad rap for a lot of like motion sickness situations too. So I didn't venture on that one. What else did we do when we got over here? Is that the first thing we did? Okay, so now we are heading to Transformers The Ride 3D, and then we'll see where we get after that. We might head back to Diagon Alley.
Is that you, Stalwart?
Yeah, it's me. They're from the band we never worked on.
Well, I'm sure it was for your own sake.
Right, seems fair. So I asked them, what about the recruits? The more eyes we have, the better. We'll have to react fast to keep the Allspark away from them. So think it over while I finish prep. I'm counting on you. I guess so is Earth. Evac out for now.
The only place we can take you right now is conversation. Yeah, man. That's if you go. Forget Diagon Alley. We're gonna give you dialogue alley. That's what we're bringing right now. Yeah, man. That's what we're bringing.
We might be staying there for a little bit.
Now, I'm afraid at the moment time I'm not gonna take passengers, but I can take pictures. Is that all right?
We could get a photo.
All right, cool.
They're Weasley's Wildfire Whiz Bangs. Fireworks from my brothers Fred and George.
Dolce, what are you doing here?
This is my office, Claudette. The question is, what are you doing here?
I was about to show our new clients the vault. I was just getting the keys.
Well, I moved them. All you have to do is ask. Accio keys.
How did you get in here? We haven't seen
Well,
you.
don't let me keep you from your tour. I just need to pick up a few things and I'll be on my way. You haven't seen me. Actually, if you don't mind, I'll join you on your tour. We can all leave together. I'll meet you at your cart.
But what are we talking about for? Let's get moving. Now, listen to me. The passage to your left will take you to a pair of lifts. The lifts will take you down to the cart station. There you will board a cart for the journey to the vaults beneath the Gringotts. I'll see you down there. You clear off now. My patience is running thin.
Station. When the lift doors are opened, watch your step as you board and move all the way in, allowing room for others. I'm sure you'll find the lift to be quite an extraordinary experience in itself. Be sure to pick up a pair of safety goggles to be worn at all times during your ride.
We made it to nighttime. I know I haven't checked in a little while. We did make it over here to Diagon Alley. That's where we are right now. And we rode the, what is it called? Escape from Gringotts at Gringotts Bank. And the ride went down while we were on it, but they did give us express pass to come back and ride it again. I mean, we bought express pass today, but you get to use it only once per ride. So they gave us a redemption to come back and try it again later. So we just got done doing that. And I got some hot butter beer this time to me. And we also got a tongue tie and lemon squash, which is very, very refreshing. I like that one. It's basically like lemonade, but it has actual lemons in it, and it's really good. The hot butter beer, I think tastes, I mean, it's the traditional butterscotch flavor, and it's still very sweet. I think it tastes kind of the same as the frozen. I mean, I know it's the same, but a lot of people think that the hot isn't quite as sweet. I don't know. I still think it's pretty sweet, but it's good, and I'm glad I got it because we are here, and it's the only day we're coming here on this trip. So anyway, I have lots of thoughts about Universal. We're really tired. We've been here since park open and this park's getting ready to close. It's about 7 p.m. So we're gonna go get some dinner and then I'm gonna probably record some final thoughts or lots of thoughts about Universal that I'll maybe add to this video. I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I need to get in some better light and my phone's about to die, so I just wanted to go ahead and kind of wrap this up for now, and I'll share some more thoughts here in a little while. Grabs Harry. Vanishing cabinet.
And there's no bones in tripe, and no bones in a best cat at all. For dinner today I had a toad in the hole. I stuck in me knife and me fork. No meat did I find there inside, so I looked at the wife.
Hey guys, so it was a busy day. It was a good day, but it was a busy day. It's the first time that we've done Universal in a really long time. The last time Logan and I were at Universal, gosh, it's been, I don't even know how many years ago. It was well before they had Harry Potter and all that. So today was definitely an experience, but I'm glad we went and kind of scoped it out to see how our boys might do if we end up taking them the next time we come to Disney. We just got back to the room a while ago. We just had some lovely Walt Disney World pizza in the room from our resort. We were pretty tired, we're beat, but we had to eat, so we just had pizza. That was good. We just got the cheese and it was fine. But I've been kind of teasing you all day that I have some thoughts about Universal. I don't want this to really be like a comparison video, like comparing Universal to Disney World, but I do have some comparisons. Maybe I can do a dedicated video of that sometime, but for right now, I just kind of want to throw a few things out there, some thoughts just kind of off the cuff that I had today, that I've kind of let roll around in my head. You know, as we've kind of gone through the parks, experienced them, and figured out what works for us and what we like, what we don't like, all that stuff. So one of the biggest questions I get all the time is, can you do both Universal parks in one day? And my answer is yes. Yes, you can. But there is a caveat. If you're gonna do that, I would highly recommend the Express Pass, which the Express Pass at Universal is stupid expensive. I think it's crazy, but maybe that's just, I don't know. I guess it does allow you to get more done in a very shorter time span. So maybe it is worth it for you. I mean, we bought the Express Pass, but it is like almost the cost of another ticket. Like, I think it was $97 per person. Plus, that's on top of our regular park admission. So it was quite the investment for us to go there this time, but you know, like I said, we really wanted to. So anyway, back to the 2 parks in one day. I do think it can be done. I would highly recommend the Express Pass. And we're here in February, so that typically isn't a very busy time at Disney World or at Universal theme parks, because there's just not as many people traveling, kids are in school, you know, all the reasons that make it not a busy time most of the time. So I would say we got through most everything that we wanted to do today, but if we didn't have the Express Pass, it would have been a lot harder. If we would have had more time, I would have really liked to have ridden Hagrid's again. Maybe Velocicoaster, but I don't know. My other argument for going 2 days is, I mean, we were rushed today. I did feel like we were bang, 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 and we were there before park open. We saw like their opening ceremony. We saw their opening ceremony, and then we did not leave until the park closed. Like, they were pretty much ushering us out of there, and so we had a full day. We were there the entire time. There were a couple things. I think E.T. was on my list because that was like an opening day attraction at Universal, and we didn't get to do that. I never even saw E.T. I don't know how we missed it, but we did. So we didn't do E.T. And then the Mummy was down for refurb, which I most definitely would have made time to ride that. I remember that ride. It is an older ride, is probably why they're doing an extensive refurb on it. But the ride system and everything that I remembered, like, that's one of the main things I remembered from Universal from when I was a kid. That and Jaws. So I don't know. Jaws isn't there anymore. They took it out to make Harry Potter World. But I definitely would have made time for that. The other thing we did not do today that it was on my list that I kind of wanted to do was the Jurassic Park River Adventure, but I know you get kind of wet, and I don't like to get wet, and I just knew we wouldn't be able to easily go back to the room and dry off or change shoes or any of that, so we kind of skipped that because, you know, we were crunched for time anyway, and it just worked out that way. So anyway, 2 parks in one day can be done. Recommend the Express Pass. You got to be there before park open, and you're probably going to be there through park close. And just know that you're going to be rushed, and it's not going to be as enjoyable. And Harry Potter is the other thing. So if you're just going for Harry Potter, you could easily do both of those, Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade, in one day, and you would even have time to kind of explore the lands a little bit more. Like, we didn't buy a wand and do any of the magic. We didn't watch any of the shows really that they have going in either of those places. So if you're just going for like the Harry Potter stuff and maybe the Jurassic Park stuff, you would easily get through that stuff in one day. The other thing, if you go for 2 days, it might be more beneficial so these are like big thrill rides, right? And so I just feel like, and a lot of them are like 3D simulators as well. So having a little bit more time in between rides may help everyone to not feel as sick or get as motion sick, because I know, like, we really hit the ground running this morning. We did Velocicoaster, Hagrid's, and then like we were just, you know, back to back rides pretty much all morning until we ate lunch, and then we had a little bit of a break. We wanted our food to settle before we got on too many more things, but I mean, we did plenty of rides after lunch too, but that would just be another argument for if you're thinking about 1 or 2 days at Universal. that would be another argument for 2 days. So the next thing I just kind of wanted to touch on about, if you know Disney, if you're used to Disney and you're going to Universal, this is something that's going to be a little bit different for you, and something that I don't think I really like. But so at Universal, they use paper tickets. I mean, that just seems ridiculous to me. Like, this is 2022. Why am I still forced to carry around a paper ticket? Like, this is my ticket and then I had to buy a lanyard to keep my tickets, because, you know, if I get them wet or lose them, like, what am I gonna do? So one of these, this side was my Express Pass, and this is the barcode they scan every time you use the express lane. And then this was actually my paper ticket, and then that yellow ticket was something else. One of the rides, the Escape from Gringotts, broke down while we were on it, so we got a voucher to come back and use the express lane later when the ride was back up. So like why am I carrying this around? Like, and that's kind of the other thing, the app. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that besides the map, like, what did I need the Universal app for today? Like, I couldn't really do a mobile food order. We ate at the Three Broomsticks, which we just walked up to the counter and ordered. I tried to do a mobile order on the app, but I couldn't find, like, there is a spot for a mobile order, but I couldn't make a mobile order for the Three Broomsticks. So I don't know what that's about. I know they use mobile order, like, during COVID, like when they first reopened, but I guess maybe they're not doing that anymore. And like this ticket, so I ordered our tickets through like my travel agency website and through my travel agent login, and they just give you like a confirmation number like normal, but then I had to go to like the will call kiosks and they printed me this paper ticket, like, and then I don't know. You can link it in the app, but if I have to carry this thing around so they can scan it all day, why am I linking it in the app if I can't? I don't know. It's just, I just think Disney has that really figured out with their Magic Band, having everything on your Magic Band. All your Genie Plus selections, you can do straight from your Magic, you know, you're on the app and then you tap in with your Magic Band. It keeps track of them. You know, you can only use that each selection one time per day. So it's like the same, and they keep it all electronic. Like, I'm not carrying around some card that they have to scan every time, you know, I'm doing that. So, and the park entries on the Magic Band, like everything is on the Magic Band. They just have it really figured out that way, and I think that's something that Universal could get better at. Now the thing about this card is, you have to use it to unlock these lockers. So on any big ride that you go on, you have to put your bag in a locker. So if you plan to bring a bag, I would try and make it a very small one, because the small lockers are free to rent for like a half an hour. You just scan your paper ticket and the locker is supposed to pop open. You put your stuff in and then you come back, you scan your ticket again, and the same locker is supposed to open. Well, several times today, someone else's locker would open, not our locker. And we're good, decent people, so we didn't take anyone else's stuff. But I feel like that could have happened to us. Like if our locker opened for someone else when they were trying to get their stuff, they could have easily taken any of our stuff. So the lockers aren't really that secure, and I think it's just a hassle. I know it's hard to pack light, especially if you're going with a family, so that's just something to keep in mind. But I guess if you have smaller kids, some people probably aren't going to be riding those rides that you would need a locker for. The bigger lockers, so the small lockers that are free, they're not very big. So we just had I just had my fanny pack today. We didn't bring the book bag, but our book bag would not have fit in that complimentary locker. We most definitely would have had to pay, I think it's like $2 or $3 every time you want the bigger locker. So I mean, and several of the rides have them. So Hulk, Velocicoaster, obviously, the Forbidden Journey at the Hagrid, or at the castle. Hagrid's motorbike had lockers. They did allow me to keep my fanny pack on for that one. Anything bigger than that, though, you had to put in a locker. Gringotts had lockers, so there are several rides there that you have to put everything in a locker. And a lot of them, like, you can't even take your cell phone. So I know that's what part of the reason why I'm carrying this paper ticket, because they can't, you know, even scan my phone. But, like, instead of this paper ticket, maybe just give me something electronic, like a magic band to scan. I don't know. So anyway, lockers aren't a great situation. Didn't like it. Didn't like not having access to my phone while I rode. Especially, like, if the lines were very short today and we used our express pass, but if the lines are long and I can't even have my phone in line, I don't know. I just don't like that. I don't like the lockers, and I kind of understand why they do it. And it is nice in some cases. I almost wish Disney had that, which they do have, I think, locker rentals in some places that you can pay for, but it's not like just right outside the ride each time. So anyway, just something to be aware of if you're headed to Universal. Make sure you know to try and pack light, and you will be asked to put your stuff in a locker if you want to ride any of those rides. One thing, okay, back to the app for just a second, because I'm reading my notes here and I just looked down at this. One thing I did really like about the Universal app was they had wait time alerts. So if I'm looking for a certain ride, say, like, for instance, Hagrid's, and it has a very long wait, like 60 minutes or longer, and I want to know when that ride gets down to 45 minutes or less, I can set a wait time alert in the app, and the app will send me a push notification when the wait time for Hagrid's is less than 40, or is at 45 or less than 45 minutes, or whatever time you set. Like, if you want to know when it's 20 minutes or less, that'll probably never happen for Hagrid's, but you know, you get the idea. And that is something that I think is really handy. And Disney kind of has, you know, they show their forecasted wait times, but it's not quite the same as getting that alert. So I thought that was something that was really handy in the app. That's about the only thing I liked the app for, though. So anyway, I do think, I mean, Universal was great today. I'm not saying any of these things to dog on it. Just don't expect Disney when you go to Universal. They're just different. It's not as immersive. I mean, a lot of the Harry Potter stuff is, and I loved all the Harry Potter rides. They were so much fun, and you recognize things from the movies, and it was great. The train, the Hogwarts Express, that was so much fun. The Butterbeer, I mean, did you even go to Universal or the Wizarding World of Harry Potter if you didn't have Butterbeer? I mean, I loved it. So that was just, it was great. It was so much fun. Harry Potter was definitely my favorite part of Universal. I think Hagrid's was probably my favorite ride. I did enjoy the coasters. I did not enjoy all the 3D. Like, I don't understand why they have to have so much 3D. Like, sometimes 2D is okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. I don't need every single ride to be in 3D, and I don't know. I mean, it's fun, and I can appreciate a little bit of 3D, but I don't need every ride to be 3D. I do think you should go to Universal if your kids are old enough. There are things like Seuss Landing and things to do for smaller kids. Flight of the Hippogriff was good. It's very, very, very short. I would not wait a long time for that, but it's more of like a kiddie coaster, but it's not as good as Slinky Dog Dash. It's really short. So, I don't know. I think older kids, especially ones that will meet that height requirement for a lot of the more thrill rides, would enjoy it more. So that's just kind of my take on Universal. And I knew that before, but it was really confirmed today when we were there and we did all the coasters and thrill rides. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if our kids are ready. I mean, they're 11 and 9 right now. So I mean, I think they're getting close. I don't know if they would, I don't know if the little one would do some of the more thrilling coasters. I think he really likes Harry Potter, so I think he would do okay with all of those rides. So, I don't know. Jury's still out. We're still talking about it and hashing out and thinking about what's best for our next trip. But those are just some thoughts on Universal that I had today. It was a good time. It's not Disney World. It's just a little bit more, like, I know Disney World is a theme park, but to me this is more like, I don't know, old school theme park, not necessarily as much magic. I don't know. I mean, Harry Potter World is magical. I love that part. But the rest of it, I mean, it really is coasters and a lot of 3D, and it's fun. I do think I definitely like Disney World better, but I think Universal, if you have the time, is a great addition to a trip and your kids are old enough to appreciate the big coasters, because it is expensive to go. I mean, Universal tickets are not cheap, especially if you're adding on the Express Pass. So anyway, just some thoughts. Please let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with any of these things? Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'd love to hear what you think about Universal, and if you usually add it onto a Disney vacation or you make it its own trip and you stay on Universal property. I'd love to hear your feedback on all that, and I don't know, we'll have to see. I'm sure if we bring the boys along, we'll vlog it for you guys so you can come along with us. And I think I'm going to sign off for tonight. It's getting late, and tomorrow's our last day. We fly out later tomorrow evening, hopefully. There's some bad weather moving in back home, so I'm hoping our flight doesn't get pushed, but tomorrow evening, I think our flight is supposed to be at 8:45, so we are heading over to Hollywood Studios first tomorrow morning, and then we're going to park hop over to the Animal Kingdom. If nothing else, at least to ride Avatar Flight of Passage, because I think that is my favorite Disney World ride, and I have to ride it at least one time while I'm here, so we're going to at least do that, and then we'll probably have to come back to the room and make sure we get all packed up and head to the airport. But anyway, I'd love for you to follow along with us tomorrow if you can. And yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Thanks so much, guys. We'll talk to you later. Good night.